Hey, what's up you guys? Paul here. So today I've actually got a bit of a different video. A fan sent in his old school Yu-Gi-Oh deck from childhood. They reached out just via email and said, hey, I found some old Yu-Gi-Oh cards from my childhood and I wanted to send them over, see if you guys just wanted to have them. So we said, sure. So yeah, that's what I'm basically just going to be opening today. We don't normally, I don't really ask people to send us stuff. I don't have like a P.O. box. I used to. I don't have it anymore. I might set it up again if people want to. But just to be clear, I'm not, like asking anybody to like send us stuff, especially if it's not like, I don't want like super valuable cards or anything. So not that I'm gonna be selling this, but I just wanted to just take a look at it. But just wanted to clear that up because sometimes that can happen. So he sent a letter and the deck itself, which I have not seen either one. I only opened the envelope beforehand to make sure that no addresses were shown in the video. But now let's take a look at the letter itself and see what it says. Wow, he said the letter, okay, at the top. So Team APS, as I mentioned in my email, the included deck, let me make sure this is really close to the screen. As I mentioned in my email, the included deck was made in the late 90s to early 2000s. I was in middle school the last time I remember using it. It did help pass the time in several lunch periods. The deck has nearly zero strategy and largely consists of cards I thought looked good. It's the best way to make it. I hope that y'all got some enjoyment out of it, and I hope your channel continues to rise. From some guy who used to play. There's something I like about just that. Like, it's not, there's no pomp and like, circumstance to it. It's just a person who used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So, shout outs to you. We'll keep this right here, actually. And now we're going to take a look at the deck itself. I know once somebody sent us a collection and they were, that's something that we actually used to, I guess I'll just tear this. It's something that we use in a video. This is just a single deck, so I didn't really know that we could do anything else with it, but I just wanted to at least show you guys. Oh, wow, look at that. This is in a playing cards box, so we're in for something good, because, like, these are going to be some old cards. My favorite. All right, what do we have here? It's not in any particular order, but it's reinforcements and a starter deck Yu-Gi Dark Magician. Everybody's got to have one of those, I feel. It's just sort of it's a given. We got Dispel, Magic cards, man, brings you back. Magic cards. Fissure, Toll, makes people pay in order to attack. Wall of Illusion. This is always one of my favorite cards to read the effect of in particular. Just zoom in a little bit here. It's the monster attacking this creature. This creature is returned to its owner's hand. Any damage resulting from the attack is calculated normally. I love old card text like that. Change of Heart. Broken card just recently came off the list though, and it doesn't seem like it gets lots of play. Rush Recklessly. Pyramid Energy. I remember this as a kid. Great Angus. Summon Skull. Best single tribute monster that came actually in Starter Deck Yu-Gi. It's for that reason that I've always felt that Starter Deck Yu-Gi is actually better than Starter Deck Kaiba, because Kaiba didn't get like a 2500 just single tribute beater. When you get Summon Skull out, it's pretty tough to deal with because they're not going to be able to summon Blue Eyes because it'll be hard for them to get two monsters in the field. So, Monster Reborn. Select one monster card from either your opponent's or your own graveyard and place it on the field under your control in attack or defense position, face up. This is considered a special summon. There's something I really love about how like old Yu-Gi-Oh cards just had to be so verbose and specific and like just wordy about how effects worked, because Playground Yu-Gi-Oh arguments were just, could be anything. It's just like, select one monster card from either your opponent's or your own grave and place it on the field under your control in attack position or defense position, and it's face up. And it's considered, it's like, there's so just, I guess, you can see where problem-solving card text really needed to eventually happen in this game. It's just for cards like this that just like, just having to write it like this is crazy. Molten Destruction for powering up those fire monsters. A fun fact, in the last Rare Hunters episode, at least as of me recording this, Alex summoned Horus the Black Flame Dragon, and it gained attack from Molten Destruction, but it's not supposed to gain attack because it's unaffected by spells, but that's a mistake that we made in the video. People pointed it out, but rookie error. We were living in 2003. So Raging Flame Sprite, another really good fire monster, works really well with Molten Destruction actually. Each time you attack directly, he gets stronger, and eventually he'll be like 21 or 3100 attacks. Pretty scary. The Forgiving Maiden. Magic's Drain, a card I've actually gotten a lot of use out of in Rare Hunters. Physical Double. Another Wall of Illusion with that creature text. The monster attacking this creature. Dark Fire Soldier, number 2. 4-star Ladybug of Doom. I feel like I'm going through a Rare Hunters deck right now. Harpy's Brother. This card is now Sky Scout, but I remember when it was Harpy's Brother, and I was always wondering if, like, there was sort of some lore relating him and Harpy Lady. I don't think there actually is, but, you know, the idea of it would have been cool. As a kid, anything existed. Maneater Bug destroys a monster on the field, regardless of position. So it's another one of those things where it's like, I wonder why they added that part in. Like, regardless of position. Harpy's Brother. Bottomless Shifting Sand. At the end of your opponent's turn, destroy the face-up monsters with the highest attack on the field. During your own standby phase, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, this card is destroyed. Share the Pain. Funny story, this card actually saw some use, I remember, like 2015 or so, against Qliphorts for dealing with, Qliphort Towers, because you could force your opponent to tribute it. And it wasn't being affected by the spell, it was just making your opponent tribute a monster. But it had to be the only card on their field, otherwise they could just pick something else. Ballista of Rampart Smashing. Oh, okay. Japanese Dark Magic Curtain. I think as a kid, everybody kind of got their hands on just some random card from another language and just kind of used it anyway, so makes sense. Reinforcements, Curse of Aging, Dianketo the Cure Master. Gain 1,000 life points. I remember this got redrawn in the United States version of the card. Dianketo the Cure Master again. As a kid, I don't know why we always just sort of felt like gaining attack point or gaining life points back was like this really valuable effect. And then when you're older, you realize it's not really that great most of the time, but you know. Fissure, Covering Fire, Dark Hole, Malevolent Nuzzler. This guy definitely had some starter decks. Drelago, Darkfire Soldier number 2, Great Angus. Actually, I remember Merrick used Drelago, I think, in his deck in Battle City, because I was rewatching Battle City, and I think Drelago is one of the ones he summoned. 1600 attack? Yeah, it checks out. Another, I believe, Japanese card. This is like one of the really old style Japanese cards, where like the art box is like a rectangle compared to a square, and the text box is quite small. But yeah, it's Graceful Charity. Card Destruction, super rare. Another starter deck Yugi card. So this guy definitely started with starter deck Yugi. Book of Moon, this is always a handy one. Giant Orc, Trap Hole, Darkfire Soldier number 1, Fissure, Cold Wave, very powerful old card. Maybe not actually as good in the old days. I remember when I got this in like Rare Hunters, and I was like, could I use this? And the answer was, maybe not actually. It's not as good as it might, as oppressive as it might be like today, where you can just lock your opponent out. Maneater Bug, Penguin Soldier. This guy might have bought a starter deck Joey. He might have just had all the starter decks, or maybe he traded cards with people at school in the cafeteria. Magic Drain, Cliff the Trap Remover, and Wabaku. So that's his deck. It's pretty cool, I have to say. I like how you can you get that real aging on the cards that everybody knows and loves, this yellowing on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think it was just symbolic of childhood. So now, I guess we'll do a quick little shuffle up, see what our opening hand is. I'll do a little combo showcase for you guys to sort of see what a turn 1 board. Okay guys, here's what a turn 1 board might look like. You know, after you like and follow the video, this is the best, most OP tier 1 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh deck. All right, we open with Toll, Wall of Illusion, Change of Heart, Rush Recklessly, Pyramid Energy. And we're going to assume we're going first, and it's 2002, so we get to draw an extra card. We got a Great Angus. How would I play this hand, you wonder? Well, let's see. I think for me, personally, I would start with Wall of Illusion. We're going to set it. And when they attack it, their monster will get bounced. And then we'll activate, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't activate Toll so they'll actually want to attack. But I guess we could. And maybe we'll like set Pyramid Energy. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments, how would you play this opening hand out if you were existing in 2002, I believe, was when a lot of this stuff was released. We'll do one more opening hand. Let's see how we could play this one out. Okay, we got 4-star Ladybug of Doom, Covering Fire, Dark Hole, Malevolent Nuzzler. Ooh, it's gonna be a rough one. Draw 6th. Dark Fire Soldier number 2. Okay. So we have something we can like swing with. We can summon our Dark Fire Soldier. Don't know if I want to equip it with Malevolent Nuzzler yet, because that's a bit of a commitment. But 700 attack, you know, it'd be pretty good. I think I would equip it. Now he's 2400. And we could set our Covering Fire if we wanted to. We've got Dark Hole and 4-star Ladybug for later. Anyways, all right, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Shout outs to Scott. That's the only bit of his name I'll say. But Scott, for sending these cards over. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the letter. We will keep and cherish this. And I'm glad that you decided to send it. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with another new and exciting, interesting little video. All right, pass turn.